Mobile game ads haven't just gone too far, they've gone criminal. While MMORPG players languish in wait for the next Korean disappointment, mobile gamers are eating a lot. I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely a lot. Since 2018, mobile gaming has generated more revenue than the PC and console market combined, with in-app purchases hitting a staggering $81 to $82 billion in 2024. That's a 4% revenue increase from 2023 in spite of a 6 to 7% decrease in overall downloads. Many of the highest grossing games internationally are MMORPGs, or RPGs with some online functionality. Lineage M, Fantasy Westward Journey, Genshin Impact. Billions of dollars are circulating in the mobile gaming industry every year, driven by an international demand for on-the-go MMOs. With fewer players spending more than ever, the landscape has never been more competitive than it is now. So, if you're the developer or the publisher of a mobile game looking to compete with titans like Lineage M and Genshin Impact, then what do? Do you make a fantastic game that grows by word of mouth and builds a lasting connection to its audience based on quality and consistency? No, what are you, crazy? You advertise as relentlessly and shamelessly as possible, employing every dishonest tactic at your disposal because every download is worth gold. Allow me to guide you down this rabbit hole of deception and fraud, beginning with an exploration of mobile game advertisements riddled with AI slop, weaponized gooner bait, and straight-up intellectual property theft, ultimately culminating into a hunt for the truth and a report to the Federal Trade Commission. This is the criminal underbelly of mobile game ads. Get all videos 2 days early and ad-free for only $1 a month on Patreon or YouTube memberships. It's the best deal in town.
Isekai Slow Life is a waifu collecting simulation game where you can actually go on dates with your waifu. And this game's got a ton of strategy where you can develop your village and join a guild to enjoy endless exploration. Take on epic boss battles, and when you get home, you can get intimate with your waifus.
How much would someone have to pay you to say the words, "you can get intimate with your waifus," in front of your family, your friends, the entire internet, and God? This is arguably the most innocent form of mobile game advertising, paying for an enthusiastic yet ultimately dishonest endorsement of a product. That's just good old American marketing. There's something tragic about these people shilling for cynically made products which barely qualify as games. I understand that being a full-time content creator is difficult, but you couldn't have just fostered organic support from your audience by offering them consistent value at a reliable cadence? You're telling me that you had to trade your integrity as a creator for a $500 deposit into your checking account? Look, if you're gonna take the Xi Jinping bucks in exchange for whatever's left of your soul, then the least you can do is give a solid take on your line reading. Let's go back to the 45-year-old with the waifus.
And join a guild to enjoy endless exploration.
Did you catch that? Let's run an instant replay.
Join a guild to enjoy endless exploration.
He's not even looking into the camera. The man is reading directly from the brief that his Chinese handler sent him. He didn't even bother to memorize the script. Maybe he was getting intimate with his waifus off screen. Some of the scripts that these poverty line influencers are sent just don't make sense. Listen to this one.
Athena Blood Twins will be the most popular MMORPG in 2025.
Can you imagine looking directly into a camera, saying those words out loud into a microphone, then sending those files to a shell company in Guangzhou? Couldn't be me.
Download off this video to claim your free 2,000 draws. SSR hero Devil Athena.
I don't want to be that guy, but I'm pretty sure that says Demon Athena. I know that's a tiny inconsistency, but I believe that missing details like that is telling. It reveals a kind of apathy from the creators who would have had every opportunity to ensure that the written brief accurately reflected the words in the marketing material. They don't care, obviously. If they can get you hot and bothered, then you might download the game, which increases the statistical likelihood of converting you into an in-app spender.
With Unreal Engine 4 4K graphics, then you can switch between horizontal or vertical screen.
That has to be one of my favorite clips. Let me break it down. First, name dropping Unreal Engine 4 means nothing if the fidelity isn't immediately impressive, and let's be honest, it isn't. Second, 4K graphics is nonsense. 4K refers to resolution, not lighting or environmental detail. Besides, what use would that be on a device that's the size of your hand? Lastly, you actually can't switch between portrait and landscape mode. I know this because I installed the game and I tried. Everything that man was paid to say is either nonsense or demonstrably false, but at least the check cleared and his social credit score went up. I have a sneaking suspicion that these kinds of advertisements will soon go extinct for two reasons. First, they aren't effective. Second, why pay a so-called influencer when you can use AI to generate low-effort ads instead? This is Luigi Oliveira, a content creator for BlueStacks, the distributor of an Android emulator for Mac and PC advertising Isekai Slow Life. Except he isn't. Listen closely and pay attention to his facial expressions.
Hey there, fellow adventurers, welcome back to the BlueStacks channel. I'm Luigi, and today we've got something truly special for you. We are diving into the magical world of Isekai Slow Life, a game that's all about building our own village and living the slow life of a mythical realm.
If the uncanny eye twitches didn't give away that this guy is AI generated, then the Brazilian Matt Berry impression certainly should have.
When I first joined this hospital, I was strictly solo.
This is what Luigi actually sounds like.
which class you should pick, the one that resonates with your inner dungeon hunter. Once you got your class sorted, you dive into the main story. Try not to rush it, savor every moment.
With tools like 11 Labs and HeyGen, a person can create an AI clone of themselves within minutes, which exponentially streamlines the process of creating these on-screen endorsement advertisements for mobile games. In a marketplace that favors extreme quantity and forgoes any semblance of quality altogether, these AI tools are a godsend. They save time, money, and they maximize the outreach potential of these apps, increasing the likelihood of a purchase. These publishers aren't solely cloning influencers to improve their content output. In most cases, the human element, or whatever was left of it, is totally excluded. Listen to this ad for an MMORPG that's cooler than Black Desert and that doesn't take World of Warcraft seriously.
Cooler than Black Desert. Doesn't even take World of Warcraft seriously. It's coming as a hardcore MMORPG fantasy game. What is its highlight? Global server, global server, global server.
God, the noise is so grating. I feel like it's making me stupid. Look at this one. It's showing off a class which I think is supposed to say Lion King, but it says Loin King. How do you mess that up? Here's an ad for Top Heroes, which doesn't feature a single original asset. The voiceover and the art are obviously AI generated.
If you don't know where to start in Top Heroes World, the Springland is a great place to start. There are low-level enemies and villages with free healing wells. Save Flame Hall until level 20+. Trust me, those lava traps wreck new players.
Check out this completely fake, ostensibly $111 million MMO.
Developed by 3,000 people over 8 years, this open-world magic game built on Unreal Engine 4 costs 800 million yuan and launched today.
This is bleak, and it only gets worse. If these companies aren't able to entice downloads with spurious claims of inflated development budgets or 4K graphics, whatever that means, then they play the oldest trick in the book. There are no depths of depravity or perversion that these unpaid marketing interns will not go to in order to justify their jobs and to get you to click install. They don't even bother to perform basic quality assurance. Look at this ad showing off guarding the Lolita, where I believe they meant to say guardian.
Nobody picks her. That's because no one knows how powerful she is. The female knight, a class that almost nobody chooses. No one expected that. Offer a class change. The female knight would be this strong. The female knight can advance to 3 subclasses. Dragon Knight, Come Knight, and Shield Knight.
Wait. What was that second one?
To 3 subclasses. Dragon Knight, Come Knight.
I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. Did no one listen to this before they hit upload? Not one intern locked in a basement? That's not even mentioning the accent swap in the middle of the AI generated dialogue and the fact that she's a mage, not a knight. Come on, guys. Look at this one. It's not just titillating. It's growing stirring. Oh God. This is horrifying, embarrassing, insulting, lazy, dishonest, every negative adjective that you can think of, throw it in there. The worst of it though is when it becomes, in my opinion, blatantly illegal.
It's a classic pixel RPG mobile game where you can engage in awesome storylines, strategic battles, conquer dungeons, and explore vast worlds. Don't get me wrong.
Wait a minute, stop there. Computer, enhance. I've seen that before.
Wow, goddamn Capcom, what the—
I mained Cammy in Street Fighter 6. I was obviously gonna recognize that pose the moment that it showed up on screen, but that's only scratching the surface. This entire game, Realms of Pixel, is obviously lifting Akira Toriyama's art style using AI, but I wasn't prepared for how deep the theft would go. Look at this official key art for the game. That's obviously Goku performing a Kamehameha in the middle with a Great Ape Saiyan transformation on the right, and is that BB-8? Take a look at this in-game character art for Bash Shark, or Legally Distinct Nappa. I'm sure that some of you didn't play Dragon Ball FighterZ, but I did for just about 800 hours. So I can confidently declare that to be an edited version of Nappa's in-game character art. But it goes further, and in some ways, bleaker. As I looked deeper into Realms of Pixel, I was made aware of the game's shameless use of a different game's character designs. This is Pania Saga, a gacha game that closed its servers on March 26th of this year, only a couple of months before the publication of this video. Take a look at these images. These are undeniably identical, only the designs in Realms of Pixel use the Toriyama art style to distinguish themselves from their true origin. I thought to myself, maybe they come from the same developer. They don't. Realms of Pixel is developed and published by Nova Sonic Games in Singapore, while Pania Saga was developed and published by Ujoy Games in Taiwan. What we have here is anime gacha slop that is using AI to steal the signature art style from Akira Toriyama posthumously, ripping poses from Capcom's Street Fighter 6, then stealing character designs from another dead gacha game. It raises one humongous question. How many times has this happened? Was Pania Saga subsisting on the work of different out-of-service mobile games in the same way that Realms of Pixel has? Since realizing that this is the industry standard for mobile game development, my perception of the Google Play Store and the App Store has changed. In terms of games, they aren't storefronts. They're graveyards full of robbers sifting through exhumed caskets wearing the skins of the dead in search of a quick payday. But even worse than these games cannibalizing one another is when these developers steal from people to sell their products. I discovered a creator by the name of Saberspark as I was looking into Athena Blood Twins, one of the games that's been heavily featured in this video. He published a video bringing attention to an ad featuring his animated avatar with an AI voiceover endorsing the game.
I'd like to introduce you to an epic, dark fantasy mobile game, Athena Blood Twins.
Hey folks, how's it going? Today, I'm here to disavow this ad floating around on TikTok that features me promoting a crappy gacha game.
I saw another ad for Athena Blood Twins using footage from Final Fantasy XIV. This is the extreme trial for Valigarmanda. It ends with an advertisement for a totally unrelated game called Ancient Seal the Exorcist, but the profile that published the sponsored post was Athena Blood Twins' official page. What on God's green earth is going on here? It's obviously wrong to use footage from another game to advertise your own, but it's just strange that it ends with a stinger for an entirely different game. This ad really started to bother me. I wanted to find out where this footage came from. Using AI to impersonate a YouTuber with millions of subscribers makes sense, but why this footage? I began by looking into the black mage in the video, Serenade EXE. Could the character belong to a botted account meant to capture footage for use in sponsored Instagram posts? Or is there a real player behind the keyboard? Does that player have anything to do with these advertisements? I found Serenade EXE on the lodestone and discovered that this dude is a gamer. Not only does he have all but one job level to max, he's wielding an ultimate Edenborn battle axe which requires clearing futures rewritten. That is not easy to do. His free company, Knights of Eorzea, was formed during the second week of A Realm Reborn's launch. This isn't some sock account. Serenade EXE is one of the most hardcore Final Fantasy XIV players I have ever seen. So the question is, how did he end up in this ad for Athena Blood Twins? I scoured the internet for footage of this Valigarmanda clear until finally I found his YouTube channel and the video in the advertisement. I tried to reach out to Serenade in the comments to see if he was aware of his footage being used to sell Athena Blood Twins, but I haven't heard back at the time of the recording of this audio. It seems so weird to me that a game developer would use a random upload from an obscure YouTube channel with only 10 subscribers to trick people into downloading their game. Here's a player who's dedicated thousands of hours to a game that is lovingly crafted and built to last. The people who develop games like Athena Blood Twins could never even begin to understand how to create that connection with players. I began to wonder two things. Who exactly are these developers, and is there anything that can be done about this blatantly illegal false advertising? The developer and publisher of this particular game, Athena Blood Twins, is eFun Company Limited based in Guangzhou, China. It's difficult to pin down their history in the games industry since different profiles of the company feature different titles, and it's difficult to link Athena Blood Twins to eFun unless you're looking directly at the store page for the game. It's almost as if they're ashamed to have published something as cynical and mindless as this, but I'm not sure even I believe that. Impersonating a famous content creator in a false endorsement? Engaging in blatant false advertising? This isn't a company that cares about shame, and they aren't alone in that either. The mobile game industry represents a culture of deception, dishonesty, and theft, endorsed entirely by the players who fund these products that barely qualify as games. In an effort to take some action against eFun for engaging in actual fraud, I went to the Federal Trade Commission and submitted a report. I have evidence to present in the event that the case escalates, but I'm not hopeful. Because eFun is based in China, they can effectively operate with impunity, impersonating and misrepresenting to their heart's content until Athena Blood Twins ends its service, probably within 6 months. The moral of the story, unfortunately, is that there's nothing to be done. The gaming industry has been long overtaken by a contemptible and derisive culture which creates nothing, values no one, and will leverage generative AI to breach the legal and ethical boundaries of marketing without fear of repercussions. As loathsome as these developers are, they cannot exist without the billions upon billions of in-app purchases made every year. That's you. You did this. But hey, at least you can get intimate with your waifus. And that's the video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. A massive thank you to JG Chowder and Lammy for sponsoring the video on Patreon. Remember that you can get all videos 2 days early and ad-free for only $1 a month on Patreon or YouTube memberships. It's the best deal in town. If you want to support the channel free of charge, then feel free to subscribe and drop a like. It helps the channel reach new people. Otherwise, please look forward to the next video in exactly 7 days. Remember, you get a new upload every Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, so please look forward to it. I need to get back to grinding Occult Crescent in Final Fantasy XIV, so minding my manners, of course. Thanks for watching.